What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the newest Rubik's Cube, which is the Rubik's Phantom. Pretty cool cube, but before we start the video, I just wanted to say, go ahead and take a look in the description if you haven't already. We're giving away a 13 by 13 this month. I wouldn't want you to miss out on it. Absolutely free to enter. But with that being said, let's get into the video. If you haven't seen this yet, you're probably living under a rock, but this is the, I think it was called the Phantom Cube. And yeah, you can see with the heat transfer of your fingers, you can see what kind of color is on each piece, which is really cool. You can see it's kind of, my thumb was there, but it's kind of turning colors just from the heat of the pieces moving together. Pretty cool. I think this is green. Yeah, so this red, this is green, orange. It's kind of all screwed up already, blue. This is a really cool concept. Let's mix this up and see what it looks like. It seems to be holding heat for a while. Like I scrambled this up maybe 5 minutes ago and I had to grab something, and you know, you can kind of still make out the colors, but I guess the more I turned it, the more color was kind of lighting up. I think it was just holding heat from the inside, which is pretty cool. It turns all right. It's not quite as good as the Speed Cube, and it's a bit heavier, but again, I'm not gonna be speed cubing this. This is more of a novelty item to have. For 15 bucks, it was pretty cool. So I guess for this next little portion here, I'm just going to be talking to you guys about the cube while I'm solving it in the background so you guys can kind of see how it performs. But I suppose at this time, I've had the cube for about a week now, and I've only maybe solved it 2 or 3 times. I've kind of learned that after about 1 or 2 solves, this cube's about fully illuminated, so then it kind of takes away the challenge from solving it altogether. And at that point, I'd rather just use like my GAN or some normal speed cube if I'm wanting to solve. And I've got to pretty much wait 30 minutes to an hour for it to go all over again, which is kind of annoying. It's not bad, but just as I kind of feared, there's a couple times, especially during F2L, where I was really getting the red and the orange mixed up. Now, it's not as bad now because it looks like this cube's almost fully illuminated, but these were actually really hard to see apart while I was trying to speed cube it. But let's go ahead and see what the inside of this looks like. So right away, it, in my opinion, looks very different from the Rubik's Speed Cube. You can totally tell with the design of the torpedoes, they took inspiration from the Yuxin Huanglong, which is totally fine with me. They can do that. You can really see the similarities, and these edges kind of almost look like they're from a Dion Zanchi. I don't know exactly, but that's what they look like to me. And then I want to see what the inside looks like. Oh, so you can kind of see here, the tiles on the cube are kind of bandaged back through the edge pieces. That's really interesting to me. Nonetheless, you can kind of see how vibrant those colors turned after just speed solving it once or twice. And the inside mechanism, just typical Rubik's Speed brand. You have a normal core, and I'm sure that the pieces are not adjustable. Yeah, see, I'm trying to get this off. It looks like it's just glued in or pushed in pretty hard. So pieces are not adjustable. Pretty sad for a $15 cube, even though it's not exactly a speed cube, but kind of disappointing spending that much money and still not getting an adjustable cube. One thing I can tell you is you're not going to get any pops from this cube. The edge piece doesn't want to go in. To answer you guys' question, it's only $15. If you don't have a lot of cubes, or maybe you're looking for something new to buy, definitely something cool to have in your collection. So I'm looking closer at some of these pieces, and look up in this corner. It's almost like the mold wasn't right for the corner or for the tile or something, but I'm starting to see a lot of these tiles have kind of imperfections. For $15, I'm very surprised at the quality of this. I'm almost curious how long this is gonna take to turn entirely black again. So I'm gonna try to get this as lit up as possible through scrambling it up. And I'm just gonna let it sit and you guys can see how long it's gonna take. All right, so this looks to be about as good as I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna set it down and we're just gonna see how long this takes. We'll see you guys in a minute. So it's been about 20 minutes here and it's still not going down very well. I'm gonna go ahead and say this maybe takes 35 minutes to totally go back to black. I wasn't just willing to wait that long, but again, really cool product. I've never seen anything like this with, I suppose, heat-inducing pieces like this. With that being said, if you guys want a cube similar to this, I've got this at Target, but if you guys want to use code OPULENT at the Speed Cube shop, totally be appreciated, 5% off. With that being said, we'll see you in the next video. Peace.